You were walking through a prehistoric savanna. It is 1.5 million years ago. A thunderstorm has just passed. A patch of dry brush has caught on fire. Every instinct you have, every survival mechanism shared by every animal on Earth tells you to run away. Fire is destruction. Fire is death. But then, the wind shifts and you smell something. It doesn't smell like burning wood. It smells sweet, savory, intoxicating. You walk toward the smoking ashes and you find the charred remains of a small animal that didn't run fast enough. You pull off a piece of meat. You taste it. And in that single accidental moment, the entire trajectory of the human race changes forever. Because here is the wild part about cooking. It isn't just a cultural invention like pottery or the wheel. It is the biological catalyst that made us human. Most animals spend their entire day chewing. A gorilla spends about 6 hours a day just grinding down raw leaves and stems. If you, with your current digestive system, tried to survive on wild, unprocessed, raw food, you would literally starve to death. Your body cannot extract enough calories from raw wild tubers and tough raw meat to keep your organs functioning. So how did ancient humans figure it out? They didn't invent cooking. They scavenged it. For hundreds of thousands of years before we could make fire on demand, we were opportunistic fire foragers. After natural wildfire swept through the landscape, our ancestors would walk through the ashes, collecting roasted nuts, baked roots, and cooked animals. They noticed something immediately. The cooked food was softer. It took less effort to chew. It didn't make them sick as often. But here is what nobody tells you about that transition. Cooking didn't just change our diet, it physically mutated our faces. Once our ancestors started relying on cooked food, they no longer needed massive, heavy jaws to crush raw roots. They didn't need a massive digestive tract to process raw meat. Evolution is brutally efficient. If you don't use it, you lose it. Our jaws shrank, our intestines got shorter, and all that saved energy, all those calories that used to go toward digesting tough food, was violently redirected to one place, your brain. The human brain consumes about 20% of your body's energy, despite being only 2% of your weight. It is an absolute energy hog. Without the caloric density of pre-digested, cooked food, a brain this large is biologically impossible. You literally cooked yourself into existence. And this is where the archaeological record gets fascinating and a little frustrating. If you ask an anthropologist when cooking started, they'll point to places like Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, where there's solid evidence of controlled fire and burned bones, dating back 1 million years. But some evolutionary biologists argue the timeline must be much, much older, because the anatomical changes, the smaller teeth, the bigger brains, started showing up in our ancestor Homo erectus nearly 2 million years ago. So where are the fire pits from 2 million years ago? They're gone. Ash blows away. Dirt turns over. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. The shape of our skulls is the ghost of those ancient fires. Once humans figured out how to control fire, something else happened. Food wasn't just consumed quickly on the run to avoid predators. Cooking took time. It required gathering. It required waiting. It forced early humans to sit together in one place after the sun went down, staring into the flames. They had to protect the fire. They had to share the food. Ancient humans didn't just discover how to cook. They discovered how to gather. The next time you stand in your kitchen waiting for water to boil or a timer to go off, remember that you are participating in the oldest ritual of our species. The fire built our brains, but sharing the meal built our humanity.